There's no context to this question.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, if the sister wants to finish uni to work and he rests, then that's fine. Why not? Anyway, brothers and sisters, look. The Rasul ﷺ said, Ya ma'shar al-shabab, he's talking mainly to the men, Man istata'a minkum al-ba'ata fil you is able to care for a family, to provide a wife and open up a home, even simple, minimally, then get married quickly. Okay, you've got to be able to look after a family. Now, living separately is an option these days, I believe. Like you can do the katb kitab, that's what we call it in Arabic. You might call it nikah contract. That's all right. It's the beard. It's hitting my beard. It comes with the package, guys. Brothers and sisters, when you do the katb kitab or the nikah contract, it's when, like, you get an imam or the wali is there, the girl's father is there, and you have two witnesses, and the mahar is agreed upon, and there's consent from both parties to marry. Then that's called a nikah contract. Aqd qiran. Everybody know what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about the whole legal process when you get it registered and legally married. Now, that katb kitab, Islamically, makes it lawful for the boy and the girl, the husband and the wife, you know, to be physically for each other and go out together, they can stay alone together, and there's no haram upon them. If there is hardship in them living together and they know each other and they love each other, and you can see that it's better that they get married but finances stop them, then inshallah nothing wrong with doing this katb kitab. No need to make it too public, celebrations and weddings and all that. Until they're finished, they can move in together. No, there's no haram in doing that. Like, even if a husband and wife are already married, and one day you say, look, you know, how about I'm going to go work overseas for a little while, maybe it might take me a year, I'll come and go. Aren't you allowed to do that? There is a reason for that. So long as you both agree, and the husband and wife, they're in agreement. But my advice is never to prolong this too much. Because what happens is that people start seeing you, and I know some people may say, I don't care what people think. Like, you're lying to yourself. You do care what people think. It is important what people think. It's important what your family thinks, because it affects your life. We don't live on an island by ourselves. There's other people who are involved. When you marry someone, you marry their whole family. You marry someone, you marry the whole family. Okay? Put that in your mind. So it's not good to keep seeing you going out a lot alone and you're not really living together. People start thinking there's something wrong with them. Maybe there's something wrong with the girl, maybe there's something wrong with the guy. And God forbid, if the marriage doesn't work out, people might even have that stigma on the person, makes it hard for them to get remarried again or into another relationship. So all I'm saying is, don't prolong things like this. Marriage is meant to be husband and wife living together, supporting each other, growing together, being together, not really separate apart. But temporarily, if they're really not able, I don't see anything in our Sharia or in our fiqh, any alim who disagrees with them living temporarily apart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.
Alhamdulillah, only 2 questions left after this one. Why is it halal to eat meat when it involves killing an animal? Are we not indirectly inflicting pain?
Yeah, of course we are directly inflicting pain.
But, okay.
Yeah,
well, it says
I know the questioner. We are directly inflicting pain on the animal. But the pain that we are inflicting is justifiable and halal. It's not haram. Brothers and sisters, if we're going to go by that mentality, really we can't live. Because I can sit here now and use so many arguments about nearly everything in life. Okay? I can tell you not to eat plants, because plants have senses too. They feel. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbids from cutting off branches. And they are alive. Even the rocks are alive. Organisms are alive. We're inflicting pain. But obviously no one says something like that. So my dear brothers and sisters, the concept in Islam is not that we have been sent to this world and put on this earth to prevent pain. If we directly inflict pain for no good reason, and we could have avoided it, then that's when the sin is upon us. But it's impossible to avoid pain upon an animal that you slaughter. Now, you might be asking, but if I slaughter this animal, kill this animal in another way, where there's no pain, aren't there other ways? Inject them with something, for example, make them go numb, and then let them die peacefully without slitting their throat, for example. Then the counter argument to that is, you will then cause harm to the human being when they consume it. It becomes unhealthy to the human being and not good. Because that blood always carries the most diseases. Blood is the fluid, the heart, the liquid, the house of all diseases of the world. Doctors will tell you that. And that blood needs to be drained, along with the adrenaline that comes out from the pancreas of the animal. And we slaughter it from here because the largest amount of blood is all drained from there, right? And it does a whole lot of other things. It triggers the receptors in the brain, which triggers the heart rate, which triggers other organs of the body to flush all the blood out, right? And the animal is now fit and healthy and good for the human digestion to live. The one who created the world is the only one who has the right to tell us how we can treat his creation and how we're not allowed to treat it, because he owns it. And he is the one who said, أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ, it has been made halal for you, the an'am, the livestock, but on condition. This is the way you got to treat it. This is the way you got to slaughter it. And so, what's the formula that the scholars use is, لا ضرر ولا ضرار. Do everything you can so that you don't cause harm to others and no harm is caused to you. So if I'm going to slaughter the animal, stop slaughtering animals, stop going about doing these things because I'm inflicting pain on them, then I'm also harming people. At the same time, if I just inject them and don't slaughter them, then I'm also harming people. So there is a balance. There is a balance. Allahu A'lam.
Jazakallah khair. How to bring the families to Islam, like doing da'wah without severing ties. So I think this
how to give da'wah without severing ties.
Yeah, to the family, to relatives.
Well, brothers and sisters, that's an open question. Depends on the situation of each person. So what I would advise is that each individual who has a family of a particular attitude, you need to sit down personally, actually, with somebody wise, someone you trust. Doesn't have to be a sheikh, it can be someone wise and has the way of, you think that they know how to talk and know how to deal with people, and try and work out an advice. Maybe sit with another family member and see how you can communicate with these people. Now, can I just say something about da'wah? Da'wah can be done in many ways. It's not just verbally talking. Sometimes it's in writing, sometimes by gifting, sometimes just with your attitude and your behavior. Don't we all agree? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that the reason that Rasulullah's da'wah worked with his companions was what? Was it the truth that he said to them? Do you think that the people listened to the Prophet ﷺ just because he told them the truth? No. Do you think they listened to him because he was eloquent? No. Do you think they listened to him because he continued to give them da'wah and insist? No. What is the reason Allah said that his people listened to him?